Thank you guys for waiting. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today we're joined by Fadi Musalla, founder of the Giving Family and a voice for Palestine. Today we're going to learn more about the incredible movement the Giving Family operate throughout the holy month of Ramadan, Dubai Bling, and so much more. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
We really appreciate your time, especially because we know you're very busy right now.
Oh my gosh, very busy. People don't understand how much time and effort it takes to do like a charity event like this. It's long hours, especially with Ramadan. Waking up for Fajr prayer. Well, first actually waking up for Suhoor, then Fajr prayer, and then like trying to get those power naps in between is very difficult because organizing something like this is not easy, and people just see the bright side of it, but they don't see the hard work that comes in.
100%.
So yeah, thank you.
Well, first of all, I want to say Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem.
And thank you for the amazing initiatives that you have been implementing, like the humanitarian charities and so on. But before we get to that, I would like to ask you is that you were featured in Dubai Bling Season 1. Why were you not in Dubai Bling Season 2?
Oof. I don't know.
Spill the tea.
Let's just keep it this way.
Yeah.
Thank God, like God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
They always say it's your plan and God's plan. Alhamdulillah, thank God I wasn't in season 2 because of what's going on in Gaza. Me being that I'm Palestinian, it just doesn't look right for me to be on reality TV with what's going on in Palestine. So that was just the plan, and it worked out in my benefit. So I'm thankful for that. Actually, yet last night, I invited a few of the cast members from season 1 yesterday. I'll share some pictures with you guys, but I took them out last night for Suhoor. And we were all joking about it, saying, "Oh, I think you need to come back." So we'll see.
Oh, I love that. We hope so, because obviously it didn't work out with LJ. So we wanted to ask if there was anyone else on the show that it might have worked out with.
Oh man, there could be a lot of surprises in the future. I can't leak things out, but maybe it's good for Dubai Bling Season 4, maybe.
Season 4.
Maybe. Oh,
Inshallah.
maybe. So you mentioned that you have taken them, or invited them for Suhoor. What was the meal for Suhoor? What was
the meal?
Yeah.
So last night I invited him out to a good friend of mine's restaurant last night. It's called Trove in Dubai Mall. I've seen you guys post them a lot.
Yeah.
It was just basically one of my cousins were here from California. They own Knafa Queens.
Yeah.
And so I invited everyone it was supposed to be everyone for Knafa and Shisha, and it ended up being like dinner and everything. So that bill was pretty
pricey.
Pretty pricey, yeah.
As we said at the beginning, it's the holy month of Ramadan, and we want to talk about what you guys do at the Giving Family. We had a chat about it last year on the show as well, but where did the idea come from? And first of all, just give everyone watching an idea of the operations that you guys have in place.
Yeah, so I started this initiative 8 years ago when I first moved here to Dubai. I get a lot of the giving back from my grandfather, who's known in our village in Palestine, that he would always give to the community before he fed his kids, and it just transitioned down to me. And like I said, I started it 8 years ago by basically just going there and feeding whatever I can, and I wasn't doing it consistently. I was doing like maybe 100 people a day, and then I'll go back 3-4 days later, do another 100. It wasn't consistent every single day. And then every year I kept building up with more friends, and then COVID came, we stopped for a while. And then I started again 3 years ago, right after COVID. And we did like 750 meals the first day, and then we're like, let's keep doing it every single day. And then last year is when it went viral, and last year we ended up doing almost 300,000 meals in the month of Ramadan, and we had over 4,000 volunteers, and it's just like, and for me, it's like I try to explain to people. Like giving back and feeding these labor workers is amazing, but for me, it's trying to build a community of good people. A lot of people say they come to Dubai, you can't meet real people, you can't make good friends. well, you know what? If you come to the Giving Family labor camp distribution, you're going to meet amazing people because everyone that comes out for the 2 hours that they come out for, they're not obligated to come there. You know what I mean? They come there because they want to come there. So obviously they have a good intention. And so I always tell people, listen, yes, we're giving back to the labor workers, but communicate with these people, become friends with these people, network with these people, and let's just build a community of good people and give back to the community. And I always tell them, these people here are not as fortunate as us, so we need to thank them. They don't need to thank us, because the reason why we're in this city of Dubai and why this city is so beautiful is because of these people. They make us want to move here, so we owe them everything. We appreciate them, and that's just the whole gathering of the Giving Family.
It's a beautiful initiative, honestly, because you recognize the hard work of the laborers that work and that created the beautiful Dubai. But I want to say something is that you are very, I would say, loud on the issue of Palestine.
Yeah.
And Casey and I have mentioned before how important it is to actually talk about Palestine. And you have mentioned that if you are not speaking on Palestine, get out of my life.
Yeah, don't speak to me.
Yes. Yeah. Now, there is an issue now. I don't know if you've seen the TikTok. I've created a TikTok yesterday about how Brahim al-Samadi has called you out in the Bastis Cafe of why your cousin has not spoken out about the Palestinian.
Yeah, actually, Brahim was with me last night.
Yeah. So, what would you say, about your cousin, DJ Khaled, not speaking out on the Palestinian matter? Because we have mentioned that, you can be, you can help the Palestinian people through. It can be as little as you speaking out about it, and you keep posting a story about it.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I've been told by the family, let's not keep bashing him. Unfortunately, everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own views of life, and that's just the way he wants to take it. I don't agree with it. I think, times like this, when we really need someone's voice and someone like him to speak up, he's not doing it, and we just have to move on. And for me, I have to move on too. So I cut my ways. I cut my connection with him, and I'm just doing what I can do because my mother lives there, and I'm not gonna let someone ruin what I can do. So I'm just gonna keep raising my voice, keep speaking out loud for the people that need us, and inshallah, for brighter days.
How powerful do you think a voice is on social media speaking out?
Very powerful. Think about it. What happened in 1948 that we hear about it, but we don't know about it, Imagine if social media was back then. Maybe we won't be having these problems now. Maybe this whole solution would have been solved, And the fact that, the Palestinian flag is so powerful right now is because of social media, and it's the way of life for the communication all around the world. And there's nothing better than it. And same thing with the Giving Family. We like to tell people not to post, because we try to limit the posts on everyone but we became this big because of social media, and we use that platform to expand and keep getting bigger and building a community of the good people.
It's really interesting that you say that you ask people not to post, because one comment we get a lot on Lovin Dubai is when either we post about the giving movement the Giving Family, or we post about people doing good things. A lot of the comments that you guys sent through are, why are they sharing?
Yeah.
Why are they sharing this? What is your response to that?
You're always going to get hate from people. There's the saying, misery loves company, is real, No, if you do good or if you do bad, people are always going to bash you no matter what. I was in Qatar a month ago with Mortez, and he was telling me himself, I'm here to spread the word, to speak on behalf of the people in Gaza, but he went to the Palestinian football match, and people seen him. They're like, "Oh, how dare you leave Palestine to come here to go to a football match?" He was, trying on a suit for interviews, and people like, "Oh, why are you wearing a suit?" So if you're gonna live on people's opinions, you're never gonna move forward.
Wow.
For me, it's we keep using social media to build a community, build a community of good people, and we can't let the people that want to bash us on social media bring us down or hold us up.
Wow.
So speaking of humanitarian aid, you have been very loud on the humanitarian aid yourself for Gaza and for what has been happening in Palestine. And at the same time, you recognize that it has been an ongoing issue since 1948. Of course, now this has not been very, I would say, discussed all around the world until like recently since October 7th. So would you say that you have had some haters? Or did you lose some clients the moment you have?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I lost a lot. Yeah, and that's, I'm not gonna like fake it when to keep friends that are really not my friends. You know what I mean? And I did lose a lot of friends, but it is what it is. They seen the truth. They see the truth, and they have to live by it. I'm not gonna change for them. I know I'm fighting for my people, and obviously they don't like it.
We did see the photos of these motels. I think a lot of people did. How did that come about? And what, everyone discusses the mentality of the people of Palestine, the strength that they'll need. How was he when you met him?
Yeah, he was. He's going through a lot right now, and he's going to go through a lot probably for the rest of his life. But he's being very strong. For a 25-year-old to endure what he went through, it's very hard. And he's staying positive. He's going through therapy, and he's just trying to do what he came here to do, and raise awareness for Gaza. And inshallah, he continues doing that.
So your donations are documented on Instagram. Do you do that to show people or to raise more awareness of like what's happening?
What do you?
I mean, like your donations towards Gaza are all documented on Instagram. Do you do that to raise awareness or to show people like, hey, we are doing good? This is what the giving family is about.
No, it's mainly to raise awareness. To show people like, if I can do it, you can do it. There's no small like person, no big like from the normal person to the biggest celebrity. Everyone could do their part. And it's definitely to raise awareness because they definitely need it, especially during times like this. Ramadan is very, very tough this year because of what's going on in Palestine, and a lot of people are posting saying, don't post your food, don't post your your social outings and stuff like that, because what's going on, the starvation going on in Gaza right now. So it's a very sensitive month right now.
What you guys are doing is phenomenal, and what I really love what you said is that it's not just about the giving back, it's about building the community. But I have no doubt that since you went viral, the community is just growing and growing. Like, there's so many people watching right now who I'm sure, because everyone just wants to give back, like everyone feels this horrible sense of privilege right now. So how do you manage all of the influxes, all of the calls? Like, do you have a team?
No, actually, first of all, I want to give thanks to my two partners, Zara Rizvi and Sabrina. She was on the show last year. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but yeah, without them, none of this would be possible, because, man, what they do behind the scenes is incredible. So I have to give it to them. I'm the guy that's on the ground, roll up the sleeves and do the dirty work, but they do, they book. So we have two different camps. We have camps that are private for corporates, and we have a camp that's open to the public. So like, every single day for 30 days, we have a corporate company booked for a private camp. When I mean like a private camp is like, they'll bring their whole staff and they'll say, hey, we want to donate 5,000 meals. They'll bring their whole staff. We give them a private camp just for them and their staff, So we usually do that first before we open up the camp for the public. So we do 2 a day. And we literally have a waiting list of like maybe 40 companies that want to be part of the initiative. And without them, none of this is possible. So yeah, it's a lot of hard work. Even yesterday was the first day of Ramadan, and we did 9,700 meals on the first day.
Wow.
Like, guys, what you did,
that's amazing.
And just like a grassroots community starting with a WhatsApp, it's phenomenal.
It is. So I would like to ask you another question about Palestine. What is next? Like, you guys have donated a lot for Palestine, and of course we all know that this is not going to stop here. not going to stop anytime soon. So what is like next? What do you think is next for that you can do to help Palestine and the Palestinian people and victims of Gaza?
I mean, all we can do right now is like just a few things. Is prayer, number one, especially during Ramadan when the prayers and du'as are very, very like powerful. And number two is just keep spreading the word, keep spreading awareness and like educating people. You know, a lot of people don't know what's going on, especially like the Western world. Me coming from America, I have to educate some of my friends because they don't understand. And because of social media, people are understanding now. You know what I mean? You could send them like different articles or different people on Instagram that are posting, you know, and it educates them. So I would say awareness and education most important right now because that's everything that we need.
And what about, just before we get to the end of our interview, what about what's next for the Giving family? How do you harness the power of people who are so behind what you're doing?
Yeah, it's incredible. Even yesterday, like I saw a lot of familiar faces, and I saw a lot of new faces, you know, and like they come up to me and say, "Thank you so much. This is amazing. Like we've been looking to do something like this." And that's what. So for all the people that say, "Oh, they shouldn't be documenting this," these people that come up to me say, "Thank you." There's so many people in this city that want to do charity work. They just don't know who to do it through, and thank God, like they trust me. You know, I've been around for a long time. They can rely on me. They can trust on me. And people come up to me and say, "Thank you so much. Like, you know, without you guys, I don't know where I would go do charity, and I'd love to do it." And we highly recommend for families to come and bring out their kids. You know, because you know we want to show the next generation what real life is all about and what giving is all about.
Okay.
So you have discussed how, like, you know, like back in America, people don't really understand it. Have you educated someone from the Western world, or like, let's say your Western friends, and they have kind of like changed their perspective on what actually happened in Palestine?
Oh yeah, a lot have, and it goes back to the power of social media. To be honest with you, because like every time I see something that's very educational, I'll forward it to them. You know what I mean? I'll say, "Hey, take a look at this, read this." You know what I mean? Because the media there doesn't show them what they want to see, you know? So I always like forward messages to all my like American friends and stuff like that to let them know like this is what it really is, you know what I mean? Not what you're seeing, you know? So yeah, I try to do as much as I can, and inshallah we keep doing it.
Speaking of keep doing it, we've come to the end of our interview. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people watching, and I'm sure they want to help. They want to reach you. How can they do so?
You can reach us on the Giving family. I know a lot of people mistaken us for the Giving movement. I was inspired by Dominic and the Giving movement. That's where we got the name from, the Giving family. But you can follow us on the Giving family. There's a link in our bio that goes directly to Beit Al Khair, which is the government charity. And you can donate there for the meals, or you can come directly to the camp and donate at the camp. We pay the suppliers on the spot. But yes, follow us on the Giving family. We post every single day on our story, the location, the time, and the amount of meals that we're distributing every single day.
Check them out on Instagram, guys. Genuine legends for what they do. We appreciate it so much, and you're so right. Everyone wants to help. They don't know how, and you're giving them that platform. So thank you so much.
And one last thing, you know, in life they say it's not how much money you make, but the legacy you leave behind. So it's all about when you leave this place, when you leave this world, what did you leave behind? You know what I mean? So for us, we want to make this worldwide. Inshallah, you know, when we leave, our kids will take over the Giving family.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, guys. That brings us to the end of the Lovin Experience Abu Dhabi show. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Thank you.